So he had an overpair on the flop, which is, reasonable to call. I don't know if maybe I could double shell it on the turn, but I don't know. I mean, he might even call that, especially if he had a flush draw. I was like, why waste it? Let it check, get a cheap showdown, which happened. So Sniper, that's actually a good call by him. Pre-flop wise, see he basically called the 5% implied trying to hit a set. The flop came all unders, and then he was gonna float, basically like a float with a overpair on the board. I mean, the only thing he loses to right there is if I had like nines or something or eights. If I was raising with a bigger overpair than him, so he put me through the test. See, this guy is playing like way too many hands. You can already see that. So I'm just gonna hopefully pick up a hand. If I don't, then I don't. But looks like no one has anything here. I think Bobby Brown should lead out into this flop, but he doesn't. The reason I think Bobby Brown should, this Boxy Brown should have let out on the turn was because on the flop, this guy checked, Boxy Brown checked, and then Sniper Cray had position, both guys checked, and then he checked behind, which shows that Sniper Cray didn't have anything on the flop. And then on the turn, when the flicker didn't bet on the turn, then it's obvious that V flicker doesn't have anything. Boxy Brown probably should have just bluffed on the turn. I mean, wow. I mean, he checked the set on the flop in position. I mean, you should have probably like got that a little higher. I mean, we could check out what Boxy Brown had. Queen Jack. So let's see. These guys always fight in the blinds. We'll see what happened. I mean, last time I saw him defend by just calling, which this is actually a really good move. If you want to defend, raising is actually a good way to defend things. I mean, if you call and then nothing comes out, are you going to be able to fight him because he's obviously going to comp bet on the flop. So Judas just put him to the test. That's what's good. You put people to the test, see what happens. So we're just gonna keep playing tight. I know I've lost like 1450, which basically was on that Queen Jack. Maybe I could have double shelled it before, but I just feel like it's not worth it. So just keep being patient. You're really waiting for my experiences in like the 50-cent $1 games to like the 1-2 games, that range. You really get paid off on sets. When you have a small pocket pair and then a raiser, let's say like a raiser raises with like a big pair, like jacks or something, and you raise and then you call with pocket threes or pocket fives, something like that, and then let's say you hit like a five, you hit your set. Basically, these guys they can't fold overpairs from my experiences. So when you have a set, which is like basically a monster on a guy with an overpair, you're pretty much going to stack him a lot. I mean, I really don't see him folding overpairs here. I see him folding, in the maybe 2-4 games and above, 2-4, 3-6, 5-10 games. They're definitely capable of folding overpairs. But not here. I don't feel that they have the skill level to let things go. Right here I have Ace Queen, which is a pretty good hand. It's actually a very good hand. If Higueras raises, I'm just gonna pop him up. I got blind versus blind. I'm pretty sure I have the best hand, so I raise it up. I take the blind. I kind of wish that Higueras raised, but what can you do? So right here I have Queen 6 off, which is pretty trash hand. Maybe if two tight guys were sitting to my left, I'd raise it up, try to steal. I'd steal a lot more. But Sniper Cray 31, he's obviously been a very loose player. I don't feel he's knowledgeable whatsoever. So I'm not gonna do fancy things on a player that I don't feel can let things go. I really think that he's gonna lose all his money when the day's over or when he stops. And so I'm targeting this guy, but I mean I can't really target anyone because, like I said, we play a conservative game at these levels. But I really think that I'm just gonna if I get a big hand, and it's like right here, I have aces. Obviously I want to put all the money in when I have aces, pre-flop. I used to play, over pairs when the flop came pretty conservatively, but now, I mean, like I said, I got that new philosophy that guys are gonna go all in with over pairs. So I mean, why not go in with aces? So Sniper Cray 31 has called my raise. I'm just gonna basically stack off to him. Hopefully he doesn't have a flush draw and a flush hit. But okay, if he has a 7, then he's gonna beat me. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check, and then hopefully I'm just gonna call him down. If he has a 7, he beats me. That sucks for me, but we'll see what happens. So what you saw there is the reason I checked the river was to basically, influence a bluff. I mean, if he has a 7, that's pretty sick. I mean, that means he was calling a gutter the whole way down. I mean, he got turn river, he backdoored a straight or something. I'm pretty sure he didn't have a spade flush because because that would be also a backdoor. I don't really believe in backdoor things. I mean, it's impossible to read those. So basically I checked to induce a bluff, which, he did. I mean, he had a flush draw on the flop with the clubs, which was, pretty standard, I believe. So I checked it to induce, maybe he had a busted flush or maybe even had a 10, top pair. So he just shoved and, from what we saw the whole session, we saw that he was a loose player, so I called him and, I took it down. So it's like I said before, I mean, I saw that he was not a very good player from probably the second hand we played, and we targeted him with the big hand, and we got him with aces. I mean, I'm really glad that you were able to see that happen. I don't know how long this session has been, but it's actually pretty short, and you were able to see that. So I'm just going to basically close this. So it's important to see. I guess I was trying to show you some position plays, but from the gameplay that happened, it really showed that you play tight at these tables. You figure out who's the bad player, who doesn't know the knowledge, who's not patient, and then you figure it out, and then you wait for a big hand, and hopefully you get them, which just happened right there. So this is Selena May 63. Thanks for watching. Hope you learned something about